We knew you didn't have anything back home. We knew that you were going through colonialism.
Pause, pause, pause.
Go
That
ahead.
right. We knew you didn't have anything back home.
Right.
How does that sound?
That sounds like the truth, ma'am. That sounds like
Nothing
the truth.
at all? Like, what time frame are you referring to?
Okay. Okay. Let's be okay. Now we're gonna have to deal with truth. What do you have back home that foundational Black Americans are benefiting from?
No, no, no. My question to you is, you said, to clarify, why did you say we have nothing? I never asked what we have to benefit you, or well,
Okay, what were you benefiting yourself back home?
we have culture, we have people, we have
What's
resources,
your
we
culture?
have culture. I am
What's your culture back home in the Congo? What is your culture?
I'm Congolese. So when it comes to Congolese people, we are very family oriented. We are also people of
We have
cloth.
that here. We have that here.
Yes, but my question to you is, why do you keep saying that we have nothing?
Okay.
You keep bringing up the
What
fact,
is your culture, ma'am? You
you
just said
keep,
family.
yes,
What
sir. But
is your
okay, right
culture?
now you're answering my question with another question to justify how we
No,
benefit
ma'am.
you. But my question is,
Ma'am, hold. You're gonna have to slow down now. Now we're gonna have to slow down, and we're gonna have to take this very slow. We're gonna take this very slow. Now you said, well, we have culture, and I hear people say that. What is your culture? Let's stop there and let's take care of that first before
but
we
you
move
still
on.
didn't answer my first question though, because my question was, why do you keep saying we have nothing? What is the nothing?
I
But then
asked you what you
you
have. You don't have anything of value there because you had to leave,
no,
right?
no, 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 no. That's not the reason. There you go. So you're saying that we have nothing in value because we had to leave. That is not the choice that we had. That we had. So a lot of people do not have a choice. I had to leave because my father was an American citizen, and because of the war in '98 in my country, we had to leave because of that. It wasn't because there was nothing there for us. Everything was there for us. Our families there for us. A lot of people still cry to this day because of the way America is set up, and it's very hard to go back home.
No,
But
it's
there's
not.
a lot of but there's a lot of us as well.
Okay, ma'am. No, you're not going to say something that's incorrect. It is not hard for you to go back home. You choose not to. Let's stop playing. I'm not being microaggressive.
Choose not to,
Yeah,
sir.
you can go back home, but you don't want to go back home, ma'am. It's not,
No, I very
ma'am,
much
ma'am, let's stop playing games. It's not popping over there. It's just not popping, right? It's not popping at home, is
how am
it?
I supposed to answer if you mute and then you're gonna say it's
Because
not
okay,
pop?
because I'm not going to let you rant because you want to go on a rant tangent, and
Sir,
would
it's very much popping. If you saw,
how how is it?
you keep muting when I'm actually answering you. Did you not see the whole festival that happened in Ghana, for one? In Congo, when it comes to my country, there are special, I shouldn't even say special. You can go to many cities, and then from the cities that you go to, me, myself, Kinshasa, the first one to go to, beautiful landscape. You can, when it comes to residency, you can buy land. I'm in the process of doing that right now. I'm trying to build another village. I'm trying to go back and build the orphanage that my mom had. So all of this that is happening, you're saying that there's nothing popping back home.
Right,
I can't, I'm choosing not to go home. No, I want to go home. I very much want to go home. But
ma'am.
I know in
Ma'am, slow it down. I'm muting you because you're gonna have to slow down. We're gonna have to tackle what you're saying. What you just described ain't popping. If you have to build an orphanage, that means it ain't popping, ma'am. Let's stop playing. You just said you had to build an orphanage. Orphanage is meaning that means it ain't popping where you are. That means the parents ain't there. That means parentless kids. Where there's parentless kids, things aren't popping, ma'am.
do
Do you?
people not build orphanages in America? That's my way of helping. You said earlier, you said, what are you going to do when you go back home to help? Everything that I can. So if I
So the
myself
bottom, okay,
have nonprofit,
hey, ma'am, you're going all over the world here. You're riding the bike in a circle. Listen, I stand by the initial term. I said it wasn't popping there, and we knew it wasn't popping there. Y'all didn't have nothing going on over there, especially right after colonialism. You didn't, and you're sitting up here trying to kind of massage your ego. Nothing was popping over there, ma'am. It's okay to admit that. Y'all get off this stuff where y'all trying to talk it up.
what was
Look,
the rumble in the jungle? What was
ma'am,
the rumble in the jungle then?
About
You
the
said,
thing with Muhammad Ali, and with
why did they go back home then?
because our brother. Great question, ma'am. Foundational Black Americans, we were the ones wanting to elevate our African brothers and sisters.
What
We
did Muhammad
Owen,
actually
what?
say? Rumble in the jungle.
I what?
That's what he said.
Hold on, you're breaking up, ma'am. Go ahead.
What did
What?
Muhammad Ali say in Rumble in the Jungle? It's actually filmed. He didn't say to elevate. He said we need to get in contact and connection with our people. And because specifically of our common enemy here, or I shouldn't say enemy because they're also allies, but that white supremacy that we were talking about. So that is well documented. The Rumble in the Jungle, if people want to see, there's also a concert that occurred at the same
With
time with.
James Brown, I know, ma'am. I'm very familiar with it.
Yes, but there's also a documentary that goes alongside with it. So it has a background. I do apologize, the name evades me, but it also has Miriam Makeba on it as well. And it basically goes into the conversation that Muhammad Ali had with his manager alongside when it comes to publicists. And they were talking about how they wanted to go home. And you have these fundamental Black Americans, right, that are wanting to go home to connect with the people in that country. They're not saying that those people do not have anything. It was joyous. It was a very beautiful event. And even within the documentary, they said it. Wow, I would love to live here. Wow, the women are beautiful. Wow, the place is beautiful. Wow, there's so much life. Wow, there's so much to do. So you're going to say that these people that well after how you said colonialism, like there's nothing there. That's very confusing. Then why do so many African Americans, as of right now, have moved back to Africa, right? And they're living lavishly and they're loving it because there's no animosity. Like when they're going home, or excuse me, it's not home for everyone. My apologies. When they're going back to Africa, there's an acceptance there, right? But there's of course stuff to do. A lot of people like to look at Africa and think, oh, there's only bushes, there's no cars. We have stuff to do. Some of folks actually come here because of the way the government is set up. My family told me,
Ma'am, foundational Black Americans are not moving over there in large numbers. Let's not go there. You're just saying stuff, ma'am. Foundational Black Americans are not moving to Africa in large numbers. And you want to know one of the reasons why? Not because we don't want to build with brothers and sisters there. A lot of those countries over there are not offering really dual citizenship to us like that on easy term basis.
Ghana,
Ghana does don't. We already went there. No, Ghana has something called the right to abode. Those African nations don't offer us no dual citizenship unless we come over there with a big bag. They have not opened the door for us. They have that year of return, which is like a tourism thing. They want us to bring some tourism money and then get the hell on when the festivities are over. They do not welcome us with open arms to live over there long term.
Could you drop the link of the article that you're referring to?
Ma'am, you can go to the Ghana embassy page and look up some of the requirements for the right to abode. They want to see your bank accounts, your bank statements. You have to know somebody who runs a business and they have to vouch for you. They have to, foundational Black Americans have to go there with a bag. We ain't going over there empty handed. If we go over there, they want to see what we're holding, ma'am. Let's not play that game. Those African nations are not welcoming us. Ma'am, I've been over there. You're talking to somebody who's been all over there. I've been over there damn near begging for dual citizenship for foundational Black Americans in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, Tanzania. I'm over there begging some of the officials, hey, man, why don't y'all have easy dual citizenship? Y'all have all of this beautiful land. Yeah, it's beautiful, very beautiful out there. But all of this beautiful land out here, just spaces and acres of land that's untapped. We can bring capital. We have access to resources over in America. Why don't y'all open the doors for us and give us dual citizenship with no red tape? Nobody was really biting. That's just the reality of it, ma'am. We can sit up here and talk all that kumbaya shit. They weren't biting on it. And that was the least they can do for us. because we don't get anything from this whole Pan-African thing. This Pan-African thing has been one-sided. Pan-African is basically foundational Black Americans fighting to get everybody to come over here and eat off us. That's what it's been for the last 60 years. It has been
Wait,
one-sided.
you say that one more time, or excuse me, rephrase that?
I said
Mm-hmm.
Pan-Africanism, the whole
Mm-hmm.
Pan-Africanism thing has been one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
It only us over here fight to help everybody come over here and eat off us, and we get nothing in return, ma'am. Is that true or not true?
So earlier you said that you were fighting to bring us over so that we can all work against white supremacy. But then
Right.
you said, fuck
Is
all that
that true
kumbaya
or
shit.
not true? Is that
But
true or
then
not
but
true?
then you said fuck kumbaya shit. Is that correct?
Ma'am, is that true? Okay, you deflecting means I'm gonna take that as what I said was true. You deflect.
No,
I'll
you
take that
deflected
as
this
you
whole
admitting that I
time. You
said it was
ask
true.
questions instead of answering my
No.
question. And it's crazy because the people that are listening are also commenting to me and telling me, yeah, girl, I see you. But okay,
I
that
don't
makes
know
sense.
I don't know who's doing that, but yeah, I asked you a question and
And
you
it's the
deflect.
muting when I'm responding as well.
No,
That's
no, I'm not going to let you rant, ma'am, because you're just kind of going all over the place, and I want to stay on topic because you're deflecting a lot, ma'am. You're doing a lot of deflecting, ma'am, and
am I?
I just want you to be on topic here.
Okay, what's the topic? Go ahead.
Okay, the topic was Pan-Africanism, ma'am.
Mhm.
It is one-sided, is it not?
I don't think so.
Okay, what have you done over in the continent to welcome foundational Black Americans in large numbers?
In large numbers,
Mhm.
connect them with my family and then connect them with families in other countries as well. So we have some I'm not going to go into detail, but we have some families that have started either oil companies or they're attempting to start agricultural companies, but we're going from state to state. So they're basically families here in America that are also considered fundamental Black African American. They have different titles. Some of them say African American. I just want to clarify that. And we have worked together and we are building back home, but it's not in just one country. It's multiple countries within Africa. And then we also are opening up that line of dialect, or excuse me, not dialect, that line of communication to where we are bringing that problem that we have where we both have to have that discussion that, hey, I know my people or people from the continent where I'm from, they have a lot of things against you, but it's because of what's been. And then same on this side as well. And having that line and understanding and not using derogatory terms or saying that things are one-sided and just having that open understanding that let's have this conversation, because if we continue to say things are one-sided, you're going to have more people that are going to have closed ears than open ears, more people that are going to have closed hearts than open hearts. So what's the point of having a platform and having the ability to actually make change if all you're going to do is create more turmoil? Because that little piece of doubt, that is what starts a fire. It just takes one little spark to.
Ma'am, this is why I mute you, ma'am. You just said a bunch of nothing. I'm trying to be as polite as possible. All you did, ma'am, was spew a bunch of catchphrases. You just said a bunch of nothing burgers, ma'am. You literally sat here and just threw out some word salad. I asked you what y'all doing, and you start making up some stuff about some oil. You're just making stuff up off your head, ma'am. Some oil and your family and connect. We got to get together and let's not have some doubt. Ma'am, this is called babbling. This is called babbling, ma'am. And what it is, a lot of you want to get in these spaces and you know you're not really bringing anything to the table. So when you don't bring anything to the table, y'all try to babble in order to mask this fact, ma'am. And that's the thing with us. We don't really like people coming around babbling incessantly, spewing a bunch of word salads and nothing burgers, knowing that you're not really bringing anything to the table. That's very passive aggressive.
You keep saying that we need to be together, but then you also talk about
Man,
Africans as if we are a commodity, as if we are the slave to your movement. But that doesn't make any sense here. If we
Okay, now those kind of projections,
Is that not how you projected?
that's a projection, ma'am. And again, like I told the other gentleman from the motherland, that gets into the lying, scamming stereotype that I don't want y'all to do. Don't
So
lie.
all my black people fundamentals out here, I love y'all for real. Like
Foundation,
for real, for real.
foundational, not fundamental, foundational Black Americans, ma'am. But don't
Foundational.
start lying, though, ma'am. That's so beneath you
How am I lying though? Because
because
how are
you're
you
making up
supposed to
now.
know my truth? You're telling me that I am a liar. But
Yeah,
how
because you're
you know
making
that
stuff.
how am I making that up though?
You're projecting.
How did I make up that my family is doing an active effort to build the community within my village? I can also drop a picture right now if you want to see how my granddad's a chief. So if you want the proof is there. We got pictures, we got documents. But if you want that, it is there. The same way I asked for the link, I can drop a link. But my question is, how am I lying? You, a person I just
Okay, because you. Okay, let's going back to your granddad because you lied about something else and then you took it back to your granddad. So your granddad building something in the village, what does that have to do with Foundation of Black Americans, ma'am?
I said my granddad is a chief. You said that I was a liar. So I brought up a fact and then I said I have a way to prove said fact. Now you're asking,
Okay, ma'am, you're deliberately just bouncing all over the place. What does somebody building something in your village have to do with us? Let's try this again, ma'am.
you asked me originally what I was doing back home. So then I answered with, we are building. And then now you're asking me, what does that do with the organization, right? But my original question from way, way back was, why is that the question, right? I asked for clarification. And why is it so transactional? And then also I asked you to clarify why you said kumbaya shit, right? Why? Like these are your words. I'm just repeating your words, but then you're saying that I'm bouncing. But I just tie it back to your original statement, and then I answer correctly, and then you say that I'm off. So
You didn't have anything over there. There was nothing going on. We knew that. We knew what the issue was, and we wanted to help brothers and sisters. But you jumped out this bag. Oh, we had this, and we had beautiful.
class, can we rewind when he said you had nothing
You had.
after colonialism? Now you're saying we're going back to when colonialism just stopped. Oh, this thing's recorded too. That's
It is
crazy.
recorded.
You
It
can
is
go
recorded.
back.
But I'm saying now, you
So you're
don't have
changing.
nothing popping now over there. I'm
I don't
saying that now.
now, like right now. So
Right
like
now,
if you
you
Googled
don't
right
have
what's
nothing.
happening,
Nothing is really popping like that right now.
what is your
Okay.
definition of
Now let
pop?
me say
Where would
this.
you like
No,
me to
no,
give
okay,
you an example of?
let me say my words, and you not try to reinterpret it. That's
What's your example of popping though? What
I'm
is popping? What
gonna.
is considered
But
pop?
I want you to let me talk. I don't have a problem telling you exactly what I mean.
Okay,
You
just answer that
you
quickly.
have something, oh, ma'am. I got it. Now let's be very clear. You do have something in Africa. All
Oh,
the
yeah.
resources are there. All the resources are there. You do have something. I wouldn't tell a lie. You got all the resources on the planet right there in Africa.
Your little words were nothing. But okay, go ahead.
Okay. But
What is
all the
no
resources are there.
popping? What is your
But when I
definition
say
of pop?
popping, meaning you ain't doing a damn thing with it. That's what I mean. You ain't doing nothing with the resources there. The whites and the Asians are. That's why you ain't got it popping. You're trying to get it over here instead of getting it over there from the whites and the Asians. That's what I mean, ma'am.
Okay,
Is that true?
let me break down a business mentality that a lot of people from Africa and also from Europe do, right? So
Uh-oh.
you send 2 to 3 family members that will collect and come and work in America to get that American money because the way things, change when you have American money and you go to Africa, it's going to be more. So you have the 2 to 3 people that are also here that are getting a college degree, as I was trying to say earlier, getting a college degree in America because wow, things translate when you go to Africa. Even if you have a college degree in Africa, you come here, it's going to be equivalent to a high school degree. So the smart
What is this woman talking about, family? What is she talking about? Am I tripping or is this woman babbling? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, ma'am?
You asked for the purpose of coming over here. So I'm providing purpose, structure, plan.
Get to the point, ma'am. We do not want to sit here and hear you babble in circles. It don't take all that. You can get to the point, ma'am. It don't take all that for you to get to the point. Get to the point, ma'am.
The point is, in Africa as a continent, there is a lot there that is very thriving, beneficial. People are thriving, but people also have choice.
The white people and Asian people are thriving, ma'am. Most of the black people are not, hence why many of you are leaving, right?
Isn't that the same for here? Hence why African Americans are leaving, right?
Where are we leaving?
America. Literally, just Google it. Just
What are you're just saying anything. Ma'am, are you trolling right now? Are you trolling, ma'am? We're not
thank
leaving
y'all
here.
for the support in the following. Oh, I'm not trolling. I'm just
We're
stating.
not leaving. Foundational Black Americans are not up and leaving nowhere. What are you talking about? You're just saying anything, ma'am.
Okay. So when it comes to this space, because at this time we are going just back and forth. When it comes to this space, what is your goal out of this?
Truth and clarity, which you're not providing, ma'am. You're being very deceptive, which is the problem. You're very deceptive, ma'am.
How so?
Oh my goodness, you're just saying anything on this phone, ma'am. You're literally saying anything. You're just making up stuff and just saying it just to be saying it.
How so?
You just sat here and said foundational Black Americans are leaving, just like you guys are leaving Africa, which is a blatant, bold-faced lie, man. Why would you even say that? And you knew that wasn't true. When you do that, ma'am, that really nullifies a lot of seriousness in your conversation, ma'am, because that's a bad faith argument. And when you get into bad faith arguments, it's kind of difficult to take other stuff that you say seriously, ma'am. And I'm trying to give you a platform to seriously lay out your points. I'm being very fair. But when you make a bad faith argument like that,
Wait, you said that you're trying to give me a platform to lay it out, but whenever
yeah,
if you mute me or you mute the people that are
because
speaking,
you're not going to just babble and waste our time, because that's a weaponization that a lot of people do. They weaponize time wasting and just talking in circles and then changing your story and then
I think
making
you're
stuff.
describing yourself.
No,
Because
no,
in
ma'am,
time I asked you a question, you've either muted me or answered with another question, and then
ma'am,
also questioned how African.
ma'am, you're doing it now. You just want to talk in circles, and I mute you because there has to be order. You see how that works? See, we can't just let things be all willy-nilly. See, that's the problem. That's what was happening back home, ma'am. Things were just willy-nilly. Things just all over the place. No structure, no order. People just doing stuff to the point where everything collapsed. And then you had to leave. So we're not trying to have you bring that same chaotic mindset over here to our circles. So we demand that there's order. You see how that works, ma'am? To punish people, we have to fight these folks in order to put these race soldiers in jail for us to get the little resources
Oh,
that
100%. Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
we got to get busy. And we're a small minority up
Hmm.
against the mightiest army in the world.
Hmm.
No army is mightier than the U.S. government. The U.S. Army, the military, no, the most powerful thing on the planet. We stand up to it with a minority.
That we
Over
know.
there,
Russia
over
currently
there,
or
over
new.
there.
But okay.
Y'all sitting over there, and there's how many black folks in the Congo? What's the population of black folks over there?
Which Congo?
Um, the one that you're from, that your family's from. It's tens of millions of people over there, black folks.
About 17.
Yeah, and what, a few
Well, that's a
thousand,
population. That is a population.
and a few thousand Asians and whites, and the Asians and whites are living pretty good over there, especially in places like South Africa. I've seen it. The whites over there are living very good, and they are a tiny minority, and they live right across the street
You're
from.
acting okay, but it's a tiny minority that is benefiting from years, and I mean years, of white supremacy.
And
So that structure, it's going to take time to break. And it's not just because we have a lot of people, the people that are fighting, you can't undermine their fight, because a lot of what you said is nothing is happening. We are doing nothing. But that undermines the people that have currently died, the people that have died in protest, the young people that have sacrificed their life, the people that stopped going to school and boycotted education
ma'am,
in order to prove a point.
ma'am, it is a psychological colonization. Let's just keep it a buck. The people there are psychologically colonized. When you are the majority and small groups of people can dominate you as a majority, they've colonized you mentally. Over there in the Congo, instead of
Wouldn't you
getting
say
rid,
the same thing here? Because it aren't white people the which one call it, not the majority, the word evades me here. The white people are that here as of right now, but they're still dominating. So that's the
what,
same.
white people are the majority here, sweetie. What are you talking about?
Oh no, what?
In America, what are you talking? White
Whoa.
majority
Oh,
in America. What are you talking about?
sir, you don't know?
Oh Lord, ma'am.
White people are the majority of the 1%, and the space is taken when it comes to officials, governments, politicians. Yes, in that case. But when it comes as a collective, as a uh, race, white people are not the majority. They are dwindling down because we have so many interracial relationships, right? So
Stop, stop, ma'am. Ma'am, you don't know what you're talking about. White people are the majority in America, ma'am. I don't know what you're trying to say. White people are the majority in America, ma'am. You're just making up some type of Democrat, uh, uh, um, some type of statistic. I don't know what you're making up, ma'am. I don't know where you're going. You're just making something up out of thin air. The demographics of this country's white people are the majority, ma'am. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know that? You don't know that white people in America are the majority.
I don't know where you're getting your facts from. Currently, I'm reading an article on NPR, but it's whatever.
Ma'am, what's your article saying, ma'am? What does your article say? Who do you think is the majority in America?
Sorry, I was trying to get back to this page. Okay, so right now, let me go down here. This is how the population of white. Oh, no, this is how the white population is actually changing based on the new census data, August 22nd, 2021. I can send you a link if you like. NPR. It's by Hansi Lo Huang. Uh,
Ma'am,
you
man,
asked the information. There's the information. I can read it if you'd like.
man, white people are 76% of the population in the United States. Do you know that, ma'am? They're 76% of the population.
Where are you getting that info from?
United States Census Bureau. You go to the United States Census, go to census.gov, ma'am. It's right there. They're 76% of the population, ma'am. Do you understand that? You can go and look it up. And this is common knowledge. I don't know what race did you think were the majority in America, man? What race did you think were really what did you think was the majority race here?
Oh, I didn't think there was a majority race. I wasn't going to say that there was one that I know of. I know that it was dwindling down when it comes to white supremacy and having that being the dominant race.
But you said whites were not the majority, so that would mean another group is the majority. So what group did you think was the majority?
I didn't, that's what I'm saying.
So you're just making stuff up.
No, I knew for a fact that it was dwindling down because I was reading the article,
We're
right?
not asking
But
about dwindling down. We're talking about the current population. What group did you think was the majority? Or were you
my
just
answer to
making
you
something
is
up?
I did not specify.
Okay.
I did not pick a group.
Okay, so you were making something up. So you knew.
No, I was reading you the article and then I was providing you the title and then I was going to provide you the link. And then you asked me the group that I thought. And I said, and I'm saying this full heartedly, I did not put one group at the top. Why? Because I didn't finish the article.
Okay. So, ma'am, in this country, in the United States, there's about, I would say
Oh, I'm
200.
sorry, guys, I'm not replying to y'all on Twitter. My bad.
Okay, about 200 and something thousand million, not thousand. What am I saying? 200 and something million white people. I want to say it might be around 253 million white people in this country. You know how many black people are here?
I feel like you're about to tell me. Go ahead.
40 million, give or take. 40 million. You didn't know this, ma'am?
Hold on. Sorry,
Ma'am,
I'm just dying. Sorry, go ahead. You said
all
what?
right, ma'am. You should have known this information, ma'am. So again, we're
Oh, I
talking
didn't hear
about.
what you said.
So, all right. So again, it's a different dynamic here, and again, we're vastly outnumbered. We're
Okay.
outnumbered by a couple of 100 million. We're and we still stand up.
Yo, it's an old clip of some Congolese girl lying, talking about FBA wants to flee to Africa. She talking about she's in America just to send money back home, but this is what back home looks like for her. Everybody knows that Congo looks like a Call of Duty map. These are the type of people Cameto Harris wants to bring over. And apparently a lot of celebrities are getting paid to promote Cameto Harris, especially the Jamaican booty man, Uncle Luke. I think he's getting paid with beef patties to talk crazy on Twitter. Y'all let me know if y'all want to hear some of his spaces. But anyway, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment down below. Follow me on Twitter, that's where I'm the most active on. And also follow me on Rumble, that's where I post videos in case they get taken down on here.